What's up, everybody? This is Adam Pearson. This is IBAS Business Radio. Thank you for tuning in. Today is Friday. It's December 13th. One last show without my man, Zach Good Hair Nelson. But it's all right. Flying solo today on this Friday yet again. Today's Friday and the theme is Freedom Friday. We all want to be free, right? We all wish we had more free time. I heard people talking about how they want to be financially free. But I always wondered, so if you had a bunch of free time, if you were financially free, let's just say theoretically, or maybe you already are financially free, but let's just say you had all the free time in the world, you could do whatever you want, you had all the money that you need, money's not an issue, what are you going to be doing? What are you going to do with your time? And I've asked people this question before, like especially other parents who have kids. Like, we got 3 kids, so parents really don't have free time. If you have little kids, I don't know how it gets when the kids get a little bit older, but if you got little kids, the fact of the matter is you do not have much free time. So I really don't have much free time right now. I wake up early, I work, and then when I get home from work, I'm hanging out with the kids. So I really do not have that much time for myself. I'll be lucky if I have 20 minutes to myself on a given day. But I'm talking about if you were financially free, if you were able to set up your work life such that you're able to work just a certain amount of time to earn the living and to have the lifestyle that you want, and you're able to carve out like 2 or 3 hours in your schedule every single day to just do whatever you want for yourself, what would you do? What does freedom mean to you? I was trying to think about this myself. Like, what does freedom mean to me? By the way, before I get into that, I just want to say one of the things I've been working a lot on lately, I just started reading this book called The Perfect Week Formula by Craig Ballantyne. And the idea is that you actually can square the circle. If you are willing to be ruthless with your time, such that you are only doing the highest possible value work, and you're pretty much delegating anything that's not high value to other people, then you can make the money you want to make, build the business that you want to build, and also start to carve out free time to pursue sort of legacy style projects, which is what I'm going to get into in a little bit on this podcast. But so going back to what I was saying, I've asked people, like, man, if you had some free time, what would you do? And the answer is invariably take more vacation. I'd travel if money and time weren't an issue. I'd travel all over the place. Want to go lay on the beach. I even had some people tell me they would rather just sit at home and play video games or go play more sports, work out more. And that's all good. That's all good. You know what you rarely hear people talking about? I've noticed this, and I'm guilty of this too, but not anymore. I'm trying to change it. You rarely hear people talking about they want more free time to pursue something that will help them make the world a better place. So obviously sitting at home playing video games is a lot of fun, but it doesn't make the world a better place, all right? And I would like to encourage, and I would also like to posit a theory that the whole point of having free time should be to free you up to pursue activities that will help you make the world a better place. I think it will actually make you a happier person. The old saying, the biblical saying, I guess it's not only specific to the Bible. I think it actually is universal across all religions, which actually should be a tip that it's the real deal when it comes to wisdom. It's better to give than to receive. And that is absolutely true. How good do you feel when you give a gift to someone and they just light up and they're just super happy? How much better is that feeling than when somebody else gives you a gift? I mean, maybe I'm just jaded because I've received so many gifts in my life, and receiving gifts isn't that big of a deal anymore. But I feel so much better when I give than when I receive. And in a real way, if you're taking your free time and just playing video games, or you're doing something that is just for you, it's kind of selfish, I think you're leaving happiness on the table, because it is better to give than to receive. And so if you're financially free, if you're making changes to your schedule so that you can free up some of your time, I would highly encourage you to think about what is it that you can do with that time where you'll be giving back, rather than using that time just to consume. You're just going to consume that time watching Netflix, or you're just going to consume that time going to the spa every single day, or you're going to consume that time laying by your pool. I think there's a lot more that we could all do that that we can all do to make the world a better place. Obviously, like, there's always more we can do, but I also think that if we were to make that the goal, make that the purpose of our freedom, that we would find that we would all be much happier as well. I got an example of this, all right? My dad, he probably doesn't appreciate me saying his age, but I'm just going to say it. My dad is 80 years old, and he still works about 50 hours a week. And he owns a business, and he's still working on his business. He's still building his business. He's dedicated his entire life to being an entrepreneur. You know, that's probably a big reason why I also am a business owner, because I followed his example. When I was growing up, he owned a hotel, and now he owns a really excellent chocolate business. If you love chocolate, you should check out MaranonChocolate.com, MARANON chocolate.com. That'd be my dad and my brother's chocolate business. I'm also involved, but I don't work on it 50 hours a week because I got my accounting practice that I run, and I'm trying to grow. But here's a man who is well past what people would consider retirement age, but yet this dude is still traveling around to conferences. He's putting out content for social media still. He's a master salesman. He just closed one of his biggest accounts ever this year. His purpose in life, his calling, is to bring this chocolate into the world. We help, and so the chocolate business actually helps a ton of cacao farmers in Peru, and that's a part of the mission. And my dad, if you met my dad, no one can guess his real age. He's still fit. He's mentally strong. He's, like I said, he's a great salesman. He's still doing business day in and day out. He's a young man, honestly. He's a young 80. Like, he's not really aging, and as far as a dude who's happy, you will never see a guy who seems more fulfilled, more happy, more content with his situation in life. And I think that's the secret to long life, better health, and just overall sense of general contentment, is that we got to take whatever time we have and put it back into doing the stuff that we love and the stuff that we're the best at, and start to just cut out like all the frivolous stuff. In fact, if you're just trying to make money and get financially free, and if you're just trying to free up your schedule so you can do more frivolous things, by frivolous I mean things that just don't mean anything, things that are just shallow. Basically, it's just consumption. You're just doing stuff just to fill the time because you have some time, not because you've actually thought it out and you're using that time for a particular purpose. You might as well not be free. Honestly, I think you would be happier just staying in your job or being broke and struggling, because human beings, I really think human beings are hardwired for production. Now, if you're going to be producing, again, I'm going back to, if you're going to be producing, like, I think it's much better for you to be considering how you can be productive in a way that makes the world a better place, rather than being productive and, doing more spreadsheets or whatever you do to make money. So that's my thought on the matter, and I just don't want you to think I'm just preaching at you, and I'm not trying to take action myself. I'm trying to free myself up too, and the reason I'm trying to free myself up is I would really like to start writing a book. I got an idea for a book in mind. It's about this matter, but I think this concept, I talked about it on yesterday's podcast, I think this concept of a calling is a concept that needs to be pushed harder in society. I think it needs to become a part of our culture, and I would really love to see it. I would really love to see this idea of a calling become something that is common, that everybody has a calling that they're actively pursuing. They've determined what their calling is, and they're trying to arrange their life to free up time so we could all work on our calling. Calling is the thing that you're best at, that you'd be the hardest at to replace. And like I'm saying, if you're just freeing yourself up from spreadsheets and driving into the office so you could stay home and eat, sit and eat and watch television, that doesn't make the world a better place. The world that I would really like to start to see come about is people are working more efficiently. People are working on their high-value work. They're making more money. They got more free time to spend with their family and to pursue the thing that they're the best at, because the world would be such a better place if we were all working on this one thing that we do better than anybody. And all this time is getting burnt on frivolities instead of people dedicating themselves to the thing where they're giving, not receiving. And I think that would make everybody so much happier and make the world a much better place. And then when you talk to somebody, you just ask them, like, what are you doing with your free time? And they would tell you that they're doing something so interesting, so phenomenal, all right? That's the end of the podcast for today. Before I go, if you're a business owner and you're getting dragged down, especially by accounting or finance, if you have a bunch of systems, like a project management system or an accounting system, and they just don't talk to each other, we're perfect at fixing that, all right? Check us out at ibassbusiness.com, and I hope you're going to have a great day today. Talk to you later.